What we got there, Liam?
So we've got some, just tucked away in the moss here, some candle snuff fungus or stag's horn. It's just a really cool alien looking fungi. I don't think it's got many uses, but it looks really cool, and that white is actually the spores, like you can see.
That's really cool. I'll bring the camera in for a close-up. So that's candle snuff or stag's horn, yeah?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really... Cheers for showing me that, bro.
That's alright, dude. It's a really cool one.
Nice little clearing here.
This looks nice, buddy.
Home for the night?
I reckon so. Good
Nice.
flat.
Yeah, it is actually.
Awesome.
Spot for a fire in the middle, no roots.
Yeah, buddy.
Looks good.
Park that way in there somewhere.
Yeah, block the wind a bit.
Cool.
Sweet.
Love that.
Got a bit warm there walking in, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
With all our thick winter coats on, heavy bags.
I just took mine off. I was getting too much.
Yeah.
Really nice day. Got a good day. Crisp.
Beautiful winter day. Crisp air, as you say,
yeah.
and a lovely woodland.
I love it.
And my buddy.
Good to be here, man.
Nice to see you.
Absolutely.
Hey guys, Tom from Back Garden Bushcraft here. I'm with my good mate Liam from Primal Nomad Bushcraft. Go give him a follow. He does great content about bushcraft, trucks, all sorts of things. Brilliant channel. It's an absolute pleasure to be out in the woods with him today, and we're going to be camping for 2 nights, 3 days, just hanging out, practicing some skills, cooking up some lovely food and filming a video for you guys. I do hope you'll enjoy it. Check the description for links to things mentioned in the video, and yeah, stay tuned. I do hope you enjoy it. So I've gone really simple on my setup today. I've got a big pack that I can just stuff loads of food in. I got the train up from London today, so I wanted something where I can just literally just chuck stuff in. And similarly with the tarp, I went for one that I have a lot of experience with. This is just an AquaQuest waterproof nylon tarp. Really good, it served me well for many years. It's not got the lovely sort of allure of canvas, but on a practical standpoint, it just was a lot less weight to carry up on the train. So what we've decided to do is we've decided to overlap the tarps. So we sort of make a V, and there is the gap at the back, but we're going to fill that with our bags if the wind picks up even more. But it basically means we've got a really cozy setup, and we're fitting in a very, very small area, which is fairly flat. It's on a bit of a hill, but everywhere in this area is, and this is one of the flatter spots we found. So we're going to have our sleeping gear there. It's a nice and cozy night. We're comfortable with each other, aren't we, Liam? So it will be a cozy night, but this way it will sort of be a nice shelter. If the weather turns, we've got plenty of protection. I think it's going to be sick.
I think it's going to be awesome, buddy.
Soft ground too.
Yeah, it is.
No lumps. Nice view.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, just 360-degree woods. So as it's getting pretty cold here in England at the moment, I've gone for a nice down sleeping bag, and I'm pairing that with my Thermarest X-Therm. Normally I just go for foam pads, to be honest, now for bushcraft, and save my Thermarest more for hiking trips or mountain stuff. But these really do have their place. They're excellent bits of kit. This will actually warm me from behind. And then I've got my little what was it, goat hide that we bought?
Hide, yeah, I bought mine too.
Yeah, we both brought goat hides with us. We got these at the Bushcraft show. And yeah, it'd be nice to get it even more dirty than it got at the Bushcraft show. So it's sort of a sitting mat. I'm going to use it as a pillow tonight as well. Multi-use piece of gear. And it's very soft and natural, which I enjoy. Right, I'm going to pump this up, which is obviously the worst part of any camping trip. Okay guys, so we've got our tarps up, we've got this really cozy setup, loads of protection from the wind and from the elements, and as you can see, we've started sharing out some beers. We've both brought a selection to share with each other. We've got everything from Sierra Nevada, Brewdog, some Faith, hazy pale ales. We've got some made by a brewery called Salt, which neither of us have tried, so we're quite excited for that. Yeah, so it's going to be a really nice camp, just sharing a few beers around the campfire and cooking burger stacks on the grill on the fire. So it's going to be awesome. My sleep setup is pretty much ready. I've got my goat hide, I've got my bivvy bag, I've got my thermarest, I've got a spare clothes as a pillow with a sort of sniper veil which I'm using as a scarf, and also just to help camouflage my gear and things like that. It's just a multi-use item which I like to carry with me. So the last piece of the puzzle is my Glacier Sl 600 sleeping bag. This has a comfort of -1 degrees and a -23 extreme. To be honest, it wouldn't push that low, but I've used this bag to about -5 and slept. So it's a good bag, it's down, it's lightweight, and it's really comfortable. So I'm looking forward to getting in that later and having a nice night's sleep. So as you can see guys, we've both set up our camps, our sleeping gear's all ready, the sleeping bag's lofting, and yeah, we are good to go. This is a really nice spot, really secluded and tucked away, and we're just really protected here. It's a really nice choice of campsite, I think. So yeah, we're gonna get the fire ready, we're gonna clear a nice area, get down to bare earth, clear any roots or spruce cones out of the way, make sure we can have a fire that's safe, and yeah, then crack a beer, I reckon.
Breaking through this duff to get down to the earth, which is about there, I think, quite away.
Old root.
Yep. Getting down to earth there though.
That's good.
There's mud and clay.
Yep.
That's good.
Perfect. So what we're doing is we're breaking through the duff layer, which is basically loads of sort of spruce needles that are all compacted. Obviously that's very flammable, so we're scraping all of that back until we get to a mud and clay base, and it's safe for us to light our fire. Never do anything if it's going to risk the environment that you enjoy visiting. Obviously we want to do the most we can to leave the woods in a better state than when we got here. Right, so Liam, what have we been doing?
So we've been just clearing up the fire, removing logs that were underground. Obviously they were so hidden you'd have never known, and we didn't want to risk burning on kind of discovered ground. So we just been clearing up all of this duff material, which is like a carpet, you can see, pulls up this kind of network of finer roots and pine needles that have all rotted down, really flammable. So we wanted to get back to this, which is bare earth and clay. So that's literally ideal, that's what we want to find. And it's all of this bedding material down here, it's all earth. So yeah, really good stuff.
Good. Pulling up roots like this and pulling back an area of the ground might look destructive, but it won't even look like we've been here when we leave, and at least this way we can ensure that our fire is going to be safe, and isn't going to destroy the whole woods.
Oh yeah, I mean you could go to sleep and it could just start a network you're not even aware of. Pack up camp, go away, and then suddenly it crops back up.
So taking the time, even though it's not the most pleasant of jobs. It's just invaluable. You can't have a fire unless you're prepared to do this and make sure it's safe.
Yeah, it's worth it, and it warms you up again.
Absolutely. Just for your interest, they are the stumps that we pulled out of the ground, and you could not see them above ground. So it just goes to show, check where you're lighting your fire before you light it.
Absolutely.
And there's another one there.
Massive.
Massive. So this is the view from our shelters. Just woods, woods and more woods. This is literally ideal. I'm so glad I was able to get out with Liam. We've been talking about it for a while. I need this camp. It's good to clear the head and to get a bit of perspective on things. And just coming out into the woods, immediately feel much more chill. It's great.
Amen, brother.
Amen. Right guys, so I'm going to light the fire. Got some nice birch bark here provided by Liam, along with some maple bark, which I'm really excited to try. So what I'm going to do is increase the surface area of this. I'm going to scrape the birch bark with my little neck knife by Stony Path and get a nice dust. I'm doing it off to the side of my fire lay just because I can get more of a stable platform for scraping. So I really want a nice big pile. It is quite windy today, but hopefully we can get this in one go.
Nice bark for that, hey?
Really nice and thick. Just going to go a bit this way as well. See how fluffy that is now. And I dropped a bit on the floor, so pick that up. And then using a nice fire steel,
good job, Tom.
cross hatch over my kindling. Get the next stage of fire fuel ready. Let that fire feed.
I just love the smell of burning wood.
Absolutely, bro. So flames are starting to rise up from the bundle. If I want to let a bit more oxygen, I can just lift the whole thing up.
Reduces the smoke a little bit that way as well.
Hey guys, so a little personal update on me. I'm currently on a little break from my career. As some of you know, I was a teacher, I was a librarian, I was an SEN specialist, and I also ran D&V for teenagers. Obviously, I loved doing all that stuff. I loved working with my students. I really liked my colleagues, but I just felt like I needed a little bit of headspace. I think all of the stuff with COVID and everything, it's been a mental couple of years, and I think it's important to give ourselves a little bit of time to make sure that we are okay. So I'm taking a little bit of time and doing more outdoor stuff just for a little while, and then I'm going to get back in the classroom. And with that, I'm really actually excited because I have decided to start my own little business. As many of you know, I love carving, and carving is my real passion. Making beautiful objects, spoons, spatulas, butter knives, things like that from wood. Just taking natural fallen timber and turning it into something practical is to me the epitome of bushcraft, and it's the thing that I get the most satisfaction from. So I've actually started my own Etsy store. So I'm going to put the link down in the description, and I'd really appreciate it if you guys go and check that out. My little business is called Campfire Carvings. I'm actually wearing a little t-shirt for my business. And I've given Liam a sticker and things like that, and some business cards to sort of share out with random people. But yeah, I'm really proud of this, and it's just the change of pace I just needed to just get a little side business started, do my carvings for a little while and start selling them. I've already sold about 5. I've had a couple of really good 5-star reviews on there, and just getting that feedback on there has been so heartwarming and really enjoyable. So I'm going to carry on doing that, and I would implore you guys to go and follow me on that page, Campfire Carvings on Instagram, just so you can see the sort of thing I've been making. But other than that, I am feeling really good. I'm doing really well, and I will be updating my back garden bushcraft and my campfire carvings with loads of really cool creative projects and woodcraft. So I do hope you enjoy checking those out. I just wanted to let you guys know that that's now what I'm doing for a little while. So in my pipe today I've got some Rattray Wallace Flake. It's a really nice blend actually, got a slight plum flavour, but you can still taste the tobacco, so really enjoying this one. Very smooth blend.
So me and Tom are going to crack into the first beer, I think. We've got some Northern Monk Faith Hazy Pale Ale.
That's good, bro.
It is, yeah. East Anglia Bushcraft got me onto this one, so thank you, bro. Yeah, it's going to be
Sick.
awesome, dude.
Cheers.
Cheers, my dude. So good to be out with you.
Absolutely.
It's been far too long, man.
Ooh, it's good.
It's nice.
Fruity.
Excuse me pouring it down myself. That's my numb lips for you. Awesome,
Northern
dude.
Monk. That's a winner.
So tasty. Craig actually cooked the potatoes and carrots in this, like a whole one of these in the Zebra Billy can. Chopped up. Oh, I bet
it was lush.
It was so tasty, dude.
Well, cheers, my boy.
Cheers, dudes.
So me and Liam are just sitting watching nature's television, and I thought, as no one can look away while we've got a fire on the screen, I just talked to you about another new venture that me and Liam have been chatting about. We are thinking of starting a podcast. Well, we are starting a podcast. An outdoorsman, bushcraft, practitioner podcast where we talk about all the stuff that interests us, the joy of being outside, trip stories, maybe some interviews in the future, hopefully.
Absolutely.
And just covering topics that we find interesting. It's going to be great. We're really excited. So our podcast, Liam came up with a really cool name. It's called Wodesman, and we've made an Instagram for it, and we're hoping to record our first episode, all things being well, in the woods tonight, where we introduce ourselves, we introduce the podcast, and then as we do more remote stuff, you guys have had a first introductory episode actually filmed in the woods by a campfire.
So me and Tom have been having a really nice chat while the fire's been getting some nice embers on there. These birch logs have been going awesome. We've just recorded our first episode of the Wodesman podcast, so by the time this episode comes out, hopefully it should be out on Spotify, and if not, it'll be there shortly after. And yeah, just been having a really good evening. Tom just got the frying pan out because we're about to cook up some bacon. and that is for the top of some burgers. And I'm going to get the TJM fire anchor out, which is a really awesome blacksmith piece of kit. Has 2 swing arms, you can even have 3. We're going to use it with 2, one for the pan and one which is a grill attachment for the 2 burgers. We've got some buns, some chili cheese, and it's going to be awesome, dude. I cannot wait. I'm so ready for this.
Me too, I'm absolutely starving.
So I'll get the TJM out and then yeah, we'll crack on.
Do that for now and then we can put some more on.
We'll put the burgers on. We might even get all 4 on this, right?
Yeah. Nice.
Sizzling the burgers away.
Yeah. Yeah, we get all 4.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Excuse fingers again.
Meat feast.
Oh, that's burning. Oh, that's hot. Good amount of coals for that.
Absolutely.
That's perfect.
We've got a nice coal generator going as well.
Nice. It's going to be some like kind of slow grilled food.
Yeah.
It's going to be really awesome though.
Absolutely.
This is the way to do it. And this is absolutely awesome, buddy. Is this something you made?
It is.
Hey.
So that's a piece of cherry. I had a little offcut after I made a couple of spoons for people. And so yeah, I made a spatula just for this. It's been used on one camp, as you can tell.
So elegant there.
But yeah, it's quite nice. I've got a few
shapes.
other carvings I'll show you tomorrow. And you've used a few of my carvings too.
I have. You made me a spoon at the Bushcraft show.
I did. That was a
first one
while,
we met at.
while back. My spoons have come a long way since then.
They have. And you made me a butter knife.
That was more recent, wasn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely love that. And yeah, your carvings just keep improving and improving. But I love this.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's got a nice little packable one. I didn't want it too big so that I can just chuck it in my bag for camping.
No, that makes sense.
Cherry's a lovely wood.
It's so gorgeous. The grain is beautiful. Let's have a little look at these burgers, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Put them back on.
Some bacon. A couple of rashers each. Excuse fingers again.
Of course.
Well, that's a good bit. Look at that.
We've got another burger as well.
And some more bacon. Would you like some Louisiana chipotle?
I would. Just a little drizzle. Perfect.
I like quite a lot of hotness on mine. So I'll go for that.
Thank you, buddy.
That looks nice. Chuck the bun on. I did mine upside down.
Hey,
Oh, no.
that's the proper way. Action.
Look at this burger we've made. Absolutely gorgeous. It's caramelized onion, smoked bacon, lamb's lettuce with chipotle sauce on a seeded what is it, brioche bun? Yeah, seeded brioche bun. This thing looks insane. If there was one food I was going to keep and could only have on a desert island, it would be a burger. So I am super stoked to eat this. We got some vintage cheddar in there as well. Right, let's have a bite and stop yakking and start munching. Oh my god. That is insane. I am a happy boy.
So good.
I've got sauce in my beard, but I don't care. Well guys, it started raining. Not heavily at all, but enough for us to realise that it is raining and that we need to make sure we've got some wood around. So me and Liam have just gone venturing out in the woods. Just got a little bit more firewood than we had before. We've chucked some big logs on. And yeah, we're just gonna get under the tarp, stay dry, stay warm, and chill out for the evening. So I'll probably bring you back just before we head to bed. Might make a hot drink or something then. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. We're having a wonderful time, really enjoying being out in the woods. It's quite nice that it's raining. The little pitter patter on the tarp is quite comforting. So we're having a great time. Hope you're enjoying it, and we'll catch up with you in a little bit.
Cheers, my boy.
Cheers. I like this beer, it's nice.
Some of you hardcore followers of Primal Nomad might remember this from my first Wildcamp solo one anyway, that I did on camera. And yeah, been drinking it ever since. I love it.
Very good beer. First time I had it was in a pub on draft, and it's really good, but it's nice in a bottle as well.
It's really tasty, man. They do a nice California one too.
I've not had that one.
Definitely check it out, it's blue.
Nice. Up in my sleeping bag. Liam is just sawing up the last few logs to put next to the fire, so we've got a massive stack of wood for it to keep burning all the way through the night. Hope you've enjoyed day one of our camp. We've had an absolutely amazing time. It's been so nice to chat to each other and catch up and things. We've even recorded our first episode of the Wodesman podcast. Really excited about it. Something we've both been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm really proud that we've actually managed to do a one-take episode today. We've had some lovely food, had some great laughs, some excellent beers, and now I'm ready to go to sleep. So thanks for a great day, Liam.
No worries, dude. I've really enjoyed it. I'm about ready for bed too, so.
Nice one.
Awesome.
And we're going to enjoy watching this fire as we slowly drift off to sleep.
Hell yeah, dude.
Bring you guys back in the morning.
Sweet. That incense. Oh.
Hopefully you guys can hear the rain on the tarp. It's not raining much, but it is consistent. It's been raining for about an hour, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop. And it's just a really nice noise, relaxing sound on the tarp, watching the fire, listening to the rain. Really, really nice. Well, morning guys. I slept absolutely brilliantly. Really nice rest. Liam kindly looked after the fire while I was in my own world, and kept it going all night. And I slept through the night, which was really, really good. Really chilly this morning. It feels like temperature of -3, was it?
Yep. Yeah. Chilly old morning.
So chilly old morning. But we are going to get some breakfast on. We're all wrapped up warm, and we're having a great time. So it should be nice. I think we've got more bacon this morning.
Yep.
So we get some bacon wraps in us. And,
bacon and bacon wraps, maybe a bit of cheese.
Dude,
would be good.
Yeah, some of that sauce. I'm also going to put a coffee on because coffee.
Absolutely, man.
Away with you! Well guys, apologise. Well guys, I'm not crying, honest. It's just I've just got a massive waft of smoke in my eye as the wind changed direction. Here is one of my hand-carved campfire carving spoons. This was an experimental piece because I've been reading about baking spoons in the oven to harden them up and darken the grain. And I did that with this piece of cherry smoke. I did that with this lovely piece of cherry. You can see the difference between the heart and the sapwood in the grain, and baking it in the oven has just darkened it up even more. I'm going to show you this up close and away from the smoke, but I'm really happy with this one, and I'm keeping this for myself as a Campfire Carvings marketing piece that I can use in my videos. No, I just liked it, and as it was the first one I baked, I want to see how it holds up and beds in over time. So really nice spoon, really happy with it, and looking forward to stirring my coffee with it. So there we have my cherry baked eating spoon that I made for this trip. Really love the colours on this one. Beautiful contrast between the heart and sapwood, and baking it in the oven has only darkened that heartwood even more. So I'm going to stir my coffee now. It's a pretty spoon, I'm really happy with this one, and it's nice to make something specifically for a trip as well. So I've just got a quick instant coffee, nothing fancy. I normally like black coffee, but I've got some powdered coffees that have like latte powder just for ease for this trip. And yeah, that's that spoon's first use. It's not a large pan.
No, but it's perfect though, isn't it, really?
Well, it means I can carry cast iron without actually taking up like my whole bag.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do like that.
No? Yeah. Well guys, here are a few of my carvings that I brought with me. These are ones I made for myself for camping, but gives you an idea. These are all knife finish, no sanding at all. This one is cherry that I've baked in the oven. Lovely colours, nice lines, really comfortable in the mouth, and been burnished and oiled with a food grade linseed oil. Same as this is also cherry. This is inspired by a creator called Wodesman's Finest. This shape of sort of paddle spoon. Really practical spoon design actually. I was just playing around after seeing some of his posts and thought I'd have a go myself. And then obviously the spatula you saw us use yesterday. This is an old one. I've made this good few months ago. It's been used on a number of camps and in the kitchen at home, but again, no sanding, and it just gives you an idea of what my carvings are like. They're sort of in my style, I guess, especially this one. And yeah, if you do like these and want to check out some more carvings, do check out my Instagram and Etsy store, Campfire Carvings. I'm going to be updating it regularly with new spoons and some necklaces and butter knives and nice things like that. So really appreciate you guys who have headed over there already and had a look. I just love making these things. I'm not doing it to make a quick buck. I'm doing it because carving is my real love. I find it so relaxing and I absolutely love doing it. And a lot of people have asked me to make them things, so I thought, right, let's actually give them an avenue to get those. So I do hope you like it. So guys, we just got some breakfast on. We're having bacon wraps and I'm making myself a coffee, as you probably saw already. I'm a fan of black coffee normally, but I do like a latte every now and then, so I thought I'd treat myself. Really excited to get this bacon down me. So guys, bacon is pretty much there, nice and fried in my cast iron skillet. That's nice and warm. I'm gonna go for that. Fill up this wrap with the bacon. Oh no, I need my spatula. All right, we have a knife. We can improvise. My spatula is on the stump over there where I just filmed it, so we will improvise. Sorry, Stony Path. I'm sure you expect this sort of thing. Your lovely knives. I've already got the hot sauce. Make it roll. Oh, yes. Down the hatch. That's some good breakfast.
Nice.
So Liam's just erected this tripod, as you can see. Liam's big into his sort of butchery of like food and preserving it, so he's actually going to be making some jerky with me today. He's going to sort of talk me through the process and stuff, so we won't show it in detail, but we are going to be making some proper beef jerky over this lovely tripod. We're going to actually thatch the top portion of it to retain some of the smoke and keep the air sort of nice and dry where it comes off the fire. And it's the air that actually does the drying, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. We don't want to be cooking the meat. That's not the idea. We're trying to preserve it through drying. So a light thatch, just one, to protect it from any rain, and also two, to capture and hold some of that dry air, like Tom said, and a little bit of the heat and smoke. So when the breeze comes through, that will be drying it. And when there is no breeze, the smoke will drift up and the warm air will also dry it.
So you're getting a double whammy, you're getting smoked and air dried.
Yes, it's perfect, which adds flavour as well.
Absolutely, keeps any bugs off it, stops any bacteria.
Definitely.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be perfect.
It's going to be
nice,
fun.
Big, tall tripod.
Really big, tall tripod. Little ash staves that we just got from the surrounding area.
Yeah, really nice.
Awesome. So we've got some spruce boughs here. We're going to use these as a little covering over the top of the jerky making dehydrating tripod. So we're going to cut some of these and then we're going to thatch the top of it. So we're only going to take a few branches off each tree. It's not going to cause any harm to the tree. Get an armful of these each and we'll be pretty sorted.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice amount.
So some really nice ash that Tom just noticed. We're on the hunt for some hazel, but to be honest, this is going to be perfect. We just need it for some rods to hang the jerky on. So green timber that we can strip the bark off, and we know it isn't going to burn. Not that it should in the jerky hut anyway. Good spot, Tom.
Yep, ash is good. So we've thatched it and we've wrapped our goat hides over the top. It's looking proper primeval here. It is pretty awesome. So we've just collected some ash staves, some green ash, so they don't burn. And we're going to take the bark off to get rid of any potential bacteria, cross-hatch them across our tripod, and then hang our jerky. And it will start dehydrating and drying out and be preserved. Really, really fun to do something like this and practice a skill that I've not got much experience with. So yeah, really enjoying it. So I'm just using my stony path knife here to take off some of the bark. So first of all I'm taking off the little side branches and any knots. Just using chest lever grip as me and Liam are quite close. Want nice controlled cuts, don't wildly flail my knife around. And then just use the back of it just to scrape. It's a nice 90-degree on this knife. Scrape off the bark to leave nice bare wood. And hopefully take off the bacteria with it. We will then leave them above the fire to smoke for a little while before adding the meat. Well guys, as you can see, I've just peeled back the layer of spruce boughs to reveal the jerky that we've got on our ash wood rack. It's a nice, good height above the fire. We don't want to cook it, but there's a little bit of smoke going up. There's a little bit of heat, but the main thing is that the wind is going to get to that and dry that out. We don't want to cook this meat, so we're making sure it won't get too warm up there. But yeah, I'm learning a lot from Liam about this. He's done this before, whereas this is the first time for me. I've done fruit leathers, but never with meat. So I'm really interested in seeing how this turns out. If you'd like a full in-depth tutorial on how to make your own jerky at camp, or even with a dehydrator, do go and check out Liam's channel. His video is going to have a lot more detail on the process that we went through to actually get to this stage and to get a successful jerky. I'm more teasing it for you and sort of just showing a few of the steps and a more of a brief overview. Liam's going to be talking through his thought process, his seasoning, all of that sort of thing on his video. So I would really appreciate it if you go and watch some of Liam's videos, especially the one on jerky with this camp as well. So Liam, in your video you've been sharing lots of tips for making jerky and best practice. When you're slicing the meat, just as a sort of quick tip, what would you say is the most important thing to make sure when you're preparing that beef or whatever meat they're using?
Just really to get as lean a kind of bit of meat as you can, so remove as much fat and kind of into muscle kind of tissue, that kind of stringy white, anything white basically, try and remove it. Silver skins and stuff like that, just because it gets really tough and can go quite rancid. And dependent on how you cut the meat is how it will feel texture-wise. So like if you cut across the grain, it will be quite tough. If you cut with the grain, it will be quite tender.
Nice.
So,
okay, that's excellent tips there. Cool. So just make sure you remove the fat or it might go off quicker than the rest of the meat, and watch the grain of the meat when you're cutting it to get a more tender slice.
Different meats will act different ways. I've cut across the grain sometimes, it's been like just fell apart, so it depends what bit of muscle you've got as well. So awesome.
So as well, just experiment, like try different meats, try different seasonings, things like that.
And there's no ideal cut, to be honest. Any cut will do.
Awesome. Alright, cheers mate.
No worries.
So guys, we're about to tuck into a ploughman's in the woods. We've got 3 different types of cheeses. We've got smoked red fox, vintage applewood, and a cloth covered cheddar that I think is a really mature one. Should be lovely. Got some chorizo and a Northern Monk double IPA, along with my lovely Stony Path knife there. I highly recommend go and give Lee a follow. Stony Path Knives makes brilliant bits of kit. So we're maintaining the fire and we've just dropped it down just slightly, just a few inches, to make sure we've got just a nice natural warmth in there. We don't want it freezing cold because it's a very, very cold day in there today, so we've just dropped it down a few more inches to get a nice microclimate in there, make sure that the smoke is actually getting to the meat. But it's looking good, it's starting to dry out. Got some nice big logs on the fire, so yeah, it's going well. Well guys, the jerky is coming on really, really well. Hopefully you can see it up there drying out. It's getting a nice leathery feel to it as it's drying out. It's been drying out for a lot of hours now, and it still needs at least a few more, probably a good few more to get perfect, but it's definitely drying out now. You can see it there at the top of our smoker, just looking awesome. The smoke's rising through it. It's going to give it some lovely flavour, and we've just kept the fire ticking over all day underneath it, so it's going well. And we've been checking the temperature regularly, making sure it's not getting too hot or doing anything like cooking up there. So yeah, it's literally just airing and being smoked up top.
It's a really, really good temperature there. I can hold my hand there indefinitely.
Yeah, it's perfect, isn't it?
It's great. And that's what you want when you're doing jerky. You know, just a good airflow, heat really just to dry out the air. You don't want moisture.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in this weather, it's not that warm. It was about -3 this morning, so we wanted to get it to a good temperature in there, at least, you know, 10 or 15 degrees.
Absolutely. That's looking really good. Right guys, so we've just managed to try a little bit of the beef jerky. A few of the lower hanging bits were done, and it was absolutely delicious. It's a bit too dark to get it on camera, but if you go onto Liam's video, you can see his reaction to it, because he's got a nice light on his camera, so we can actually use that to film us trying the jerky. We're now going to actually start some dinner. So Liam has a really good recipe for a dal, so like a lentil curry, I suppose. So he's going to fry off some spices, add some nice garlic, add some lentils, and make us a nice curry. So I'm really looking forward to this, bro.
Oh yeah, buddy, it's going to be good. So I'm just going to put the oil in, just a little bit of oil, just to help a little bit of lubrication while we're frying the spices. So just pull that there for 1 second, just off camera. Because I don't want the oil to burn. When it's on the coals like that, it can burn quite easily. So I'm putting in a few cumin seeds and chili seeds.
Smelling good already.
It's smelling great. Put a tiny bit of water in there, and then we're going to go in with the spice mix. I'm not going to put all of it in because I want to add some after it's cooked, so we get some of the flavours that won't retain through loads of heat and flash cooking. Then you want to mix that all in, and then use that to fry around. And that just means the spices don't burn. It's going to be a really nice base.
Lovely and fragrant.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That should be plenty. That's about a cup and a half probably. I'll give those a stir in. It's a really handy tool actually, this Trangier handle. Stir that round, get those spices all over it.
Liam's dal's thickening up nicely, smelling really, really nice.
Coming along, buddy.
I'm a huge fan of curry, especially when camping, so this is going to go down well. It's particularly cold again tonight, so some hot food like this, hot lentils, will go down a treat.
This will warm the soil, won't it?
Yeah, from the inside.
Just what we need.
So in a minute I'm going to fry up some nice garlic and tip that garlic oil into the dal, which will just give it a really nice pungent garlic finish.
Yeah, and then we'll put in a rice. We've got a packet of rice, so we'll put that in. It's already pre-cooked, so it just needs heating through. That should fill the billy can up, and then we can spoon out of that.
Yep.
Should be ideal.
Absolutely. We've got some wraps too, so
yep.
Proper spoon it into wraps kind of deal, I reckon, for this.
Yeah, it's going to be glorious. So we're going to brown that off, and then yeah, once it's golden we'll get back to you and we'll put it in the dal.
It's nice gentle cooking heat now.
Yeah. Oh, is it started to brown?
Yeah.
Nice.
Getting there.
Doesn't take long once it starts going garlic.
No.
Give that a good stir around. That's going to just give such a nice smoky, garlicky flavour to it.
Shall I go first?
Yeah, you can do.
Go on. Oh, dude, that looks amazing.
That's a good consistency. That's kind of what I was hoping for.
That looks perfect, dude. Want me to load you up?
Yeah, go on for it, buddy. And we have got more rice, so if after this you think it needs more rice in it to make it a bit more of a bodied wrap kind of thing.
Looks really good to me.
Nice,
Is that
dude.
good?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Cool, I'll leave my spoon there. Right, I'm gonna have a bite of this.
Oh yeah.
Try not to drop it all down my top.
I'm going to try to fold the bottom then, I think.
Actually, yeah, that's a shout. Because if I couldn't even eat a burger yesterday without it spilling everywhere, then what hope have I really got? So Liam has made this absolutely delicious dal. Really excited to, well, I've already tried it, who am I kidding? There's no way I'm going to sit around with a dal filled wrap and not tuck in. So I'm going to enjoy this off camera. I don't want to make you too jealous, and I'll come back and film a bit more later. That is so good, Liam.
Thanks, buddy.
So good.
Oh, it's really tasty. I'm glad it's turned out well. So the jerky has been on for about, don't know, 8-10 hours, something like that. A fair amount of it looks like it's done. We keep putting a hand up here to check. Really nice ambient temperature up there. And what I'm going to do is take out the first for the stick here. We'll feed that off of the string on that side. Feed that under, and you can see that is pretty damn dry, like a leather. Just double checking. There's 1 or 2 thick bits on that bit, so I'll probably leave those bits on, but for these for now, we'll take these off. Really good jerky, that's dried lovely.
So as you can see, guys, the jerky has come off of our smoking rack and it is looking awesome. I'll just grab a little bit here. You can see how dry that is. Well guys, that is the result. We have an entire plate of beautiful beef jerky. You can see how dry it is. I just ripped this piece. You can see the stringiness, completely dried all the way through. Absolutely lovely. Chuck Liam the big bit.
Thank you, dude.
And I'm going to eat this and probably some more because it's lush. Right, let's tuck in. I would say that is a major success.
So smoky and tender.
That's a project well done, mate.
Thank you, dude. No, I'm glad to have had you along on that. It's
Really fun project.
yeah, been really helpful and so good. Couldn't have gone better.
And I've learnt a lot from Liam about this because it's something I've done with fruit leathers once, a long time ago, but I've never done it with meat. So it was really nice to learn the nuances of doing it with like a beef or a venison or something else like that. So really, really cool. Hopefully that was beneficial to you guys. Again, Liam's video is going to be a lot more detailed on the process of making this. So please do swing by, give him a shout, tell him I said hi, and I'm sure you will get many valuable tips from Liam over there on Primal Nomad Bushcraft. So in the morning, guys, we're going to get up fairly early, cook a quick breakfast, and then do our leave no trace thing, make sure the fire's properly out, and then get out of here. I might film briefly in the morning, but not in detail, because we're going to be focused on just packing out of here and leaving no trace. I do hope you've enjoyed seeing how we made the jerky. I do hope you've enjoyed seeing the fire lighting, the cooking, and just coming with us on this one. We've had such an excellent time. We've recorded our first 2 episodes of the Wodesman podcast, so please go over to our Instagram, the Wodesman podcast, and check us out on Spotify, and have a listen to those episodes. I think they're gonna be good. We had a really good time recording them, and they came out well, and we did them in one take.
We did.
So deliberately informal, but it's just me and Liam having a chat in the woods. So if that sounds interesting, covering topics such as wild camping, our backgrounds, our interests, so everything from carving, stalking, food prep, cooking, everything like that.
And new stuff we find as well.
Absolutely, anything. So anything that it piques our interest related to the outdoors will be covered in our podcast. So please do go and check it out and help us get it off the ground.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Cheers. Right, so we're on our last beer of the evening. We've eaten some of the jerky. We've had lovely dal, and we've just chilled by the fire. We've recorded some of our podcast, and yeah, I brought these Salt Jute Session IPAs. I bought them because I, obviously, as a bushcrafter, I'm a fan of jute twine. Funnily enough, on the box it actually did have the definition of jute, which is the plant fibre that can be woven into a string. So I thought there's a bushcraft link, so I got us a 4-pack, and me and Liam are just going to enjoy this last beverage.
It's a good drop.
It is a good drop.
Really good.
Going to enjoy this just before bed, so cheers, Liam.
Cheers, buddy.
And thank you for having me out on this camp. It's been absolutely awesome.
It's been a pleasure having you.
I loved the jerky. I loved that whole process of just monitoring the fire, managing it, and getting that tripod set up with all the thatching. It was just an awesome primitive skill, and one I will definitely be doing again in the future, because it had a great end result. But I do hope you've enjoyed today. We've had a brilliant camp. Always a pleasure being out with Liam, and just hanging out in his company. So I do hope you've enjoyed it, and please do go and check out Primal Nomad. I'll see you in the morning. Well guys, both me and Liam slept really well last night. Liam got up at 3:30, stoked the fire, and we both just got up now. It's about 9 o'clock, and we've got the fire going, and we're literally going to fry up some bacon. So you can see my pan's already there, and we've got some of Liam's lovely homemade bacon, so we're going to have that for breakfast. We're going to pack up our camp stuff. I'm going to start putting my sleeping bag and things away. I'm not going to film any of that because it's not the best view for you guys, me stuffing a sleeping bag, and also I think this video's probably been long enough. So we're going to cook some breakfast, pack down camp, and then we'll put the fire out. We got a 20 litre waterproof dry bag. We're going to go to the local stream, fill it up, and do like 4 runs of that, put like 80 litres of water everywhere here, and just make sure this thing is out for good. I do hope you've enjoyed seeing me and Liam out again. It's been a fantastic time, so thank you so much, Liam, for having me.
No worries, bud. Pleasure having you, dude, honestly.
And yeah, I'll bring you guys back in a little while. Well guys, we've got some of Liam's homemade bacon on for breakfast. I've got some water heating up next to the fire there for a cup of coffee, and that'll do us. We've already packed down our sleeping gear, literally got our tarps to put away and the fire, and we'll be set to go. That's not sticking at all. Nice. It's nearly done. It is. Yeah. That. Oh, I like it. That's the thing with homemade bacon. It doesn't go a pink colour, more of just a pork colour. That's because we haven't got any of the like nitrite salts in it.
There's no pink curing salts, it's just normal salt and sugar.
My eyes are smarting from the fire.
Yeah, boy.
It's just so emotional, I don't want to leave, man. Oh. So we've already started breakfast, obviously, because bacon isn't just going to sit around and not get eaten.
So
Liam, it's your bacon, you made it.
thank you, man. Well, you cooked it for me, so
I did.
This little thin bit.
Well, I'm going to go for this crispy bit. Go on. Ooh.
Cheers, fella.
Yeah, cheers. Dink. Oh,
Really tasty.
so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Liam made this himself. It's another meat preservation method. Liam's going to do a video in the future on how to make your own bacon. So
Yeah, it'd be cool to have you along again.
Yeah.
I mean, we had such a good time with the jerky, and this is just another thing I know you enjoy as well.
if it's food, I'm there, man.
Good man.
Anyway, thanks for the camp. We're just going to pack up the last bits. You might get a few little bits of B-roll of us putting the fire out, but to be honest, this is probably going to be it for us. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you liked seeing the jerky. We really like to eat it and also to make it. It was a really nice process sitting in the woods for that amount of time, watching it and managing the fire. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. I will see you in another one very soon. Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Safe. So guys, funny story, we got down to the stream and it is completely dried up. Dry as a bone, isn't it, Liam?
Absolutely bone dry. There's a few little puddles which we'll use billy cans and cups to get a few little trickles out of.
Yep.
But we did bring some extra water.
We did, so I've got a Camelback, 3 litre Camelback, and it's got about 2 litres left in it. So we're going to empty this, and then Liam's got a few bottles of water, I've got a bottle of water, and then as Liam said, there's a few little pools in the stream that we'll be able to scoop with our Nalgene nesting cups and our billy cans. So we're going to get all this water on the fire and get it nice and out.
Start pouring these over the red embers primarily.
Let that cool for a little while.
Absolutely.
And then we'll take our bottles down to the few little pools that are left in the stream.
That's it, get some more water.
There's a little second wave of water.
And that will seep right deep and through.
Yep.
Which is perfect. But
And then we'll sit there, as you can see, we can pick it up. It's warm, so it's not hot, it's not burning us. So we'll then sit for a while, that bit's a little bit warm.
yeah,
But that's actually clay. So
Yeah, and
this
stone
bait's solid. So that's why that was hot, because the clay's holding the heat.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what we'll do is we'll go and get some more water and see what we can get from the little trickle that's left in the stream.
Oh yes.
And then we'll sit by this and let it cool. So we managed to get about 2 litres of water from the stream, just in muddy little empty water containers. So really muddy, really horrible, but it will do the job of putting this fire out for sure.
Not only that, the rain too.
Yeah, and it's also started raining fairly heavily. Probably can't hear that, but it is raining. My bag's got a sheen of rain on it, and that'll only aid us in getting this fire safe.
We'll keep going.
Well guys, we're all packed up now. We put the fire out, we've done a few trips to the stream, we've broken up the ground, and we've allowed the heat to all escape. So we are all packed away and we are ready to head on out of the woods and get back to normal life. Sadly, I would much rather stay and do a few more days of this. I do hope you enjoyed the video. I've had a brilliant time. Huge shout out to my friend Liam, Primal Nomad, for this camp. It's been absolutely awesome, bro. Really enjoyed it. Anyway, see you again. Thanks, bro. I'll see you again in the next one, guys.